Okay. What we got here, YouTube? New hold potential and appropriate message. Okay, okay. Okay, welcome to live chat. Remember to guard your privacy and abide by our community. All right, y'all, I'm on YouTube, I'm on Facebook, and Instagram. YouTube is new to the family. I just decided to start using it. So y'all let me know how it work out. If I sent you a YouTube live and the Facebook live, once you go to the YouTube, I want to see how that's going to work out. I'm checking out how does YouTube work, y'all, because eventually I'm going to roll everybody over to YouTube. And that's what we're going to do. Greetings, Miss Studio on YouTube world. What's going on? I appreciate your support. We got to check out this technology and stay up to date with it because it's an amazing platform. I know I'm late, but you know what? Better late than never. You know, wherever our people are at. I remember a lady said she never heard of me before. And I said, I've been out here, you know, talking about gentrification and helping people and all of that. And I've been advertising. And she's like, where you been advertising? I've never seen you. I said, oh, I advertise on Facebook, Instagram, and blah, blah, blah. She said, I don't read any of that stuff. She said, do you advertise on the Wave newspaper? I was like, wow, no, ma'am. She was an older sister, you know. She said, well, a lot of us read the Wave newspaper. They don't have all that Facebook world stuff. So anyway, the point is we got to meet people where they are. So a lot of people don't do this social media stuff, but they have a YouTube account. So I like to see how that's going to work out. See how many people we're going to get on YouTube. If you're on YouTube, say, give me a greetings, give me a hi, a hello, a hope tip or something. Let me know what's up from YouTube, where you at, what city and state or something. If you're on YouTube, go ahead and click like. Peace, what's going on, Veronique? All in the YouTube world, I love it. Kevin, what's up, fam? Stephanie, how you doing? Kenneth, how you doing? Mr. Tiller in the house. Mr. Smith, Lillian. Mr. Farmer, what's up, my brother? Hitting corners, huh? Mustafa, what's up, fam? Having a great evening, brother. King Eddie in the house, very neat. Tasha. Somebody tried to clown me the other day. They said, man, you be calling out all them names and you had two people on the screen. I said, I don't create the Facebook technology. I just know the Facebook technology be there. Lack of funds and cheating are the biggest reasons for the failure of relationships. Let's get straight to it, family. Let's just get straight to it. Why not, huh? Brothers say, let's do it. David, what's going on? Kenneth say, man, this is going on. Yeah, lack of funds is going on. So why are we talking about lack of funds, y'all? Y'all want to know? Lillian Jones, that's what's up. Greetings to you. High Power, what's going on in Instagram world? Who all we got on Instagram who haven't spoken yet? I'm sorry, on what is this, YouTube? It's my first time messing with this YouTube, so I just want to check it out and see where it's working at, because everybody telling me what I got to do and how I can build it up. So I'm gonna try it out, you know, because you know I'm all about the people. I gotta better get this information to us. So Sherry, what's up, sis? You know, I'm just better trying to get this information out to the family. So, you know, let's talk about some stuff. What I realize is, y'all hear I got this old school going in the background. I'm about to fade it out just a little bit. I don't know how YouTube gonna react to the music. I do not own the rights to the music. I'm a public speaker. I own the rights to my words, but not to the music. So anyway, I had some situations where some people reached out to me. You know, if I get more than one person who reach out to me and say something interesting happened, in life, I like to come on Facebook and share it on social media and share it with the family. And what's going on in the economy is affecting relationships in a major way. We got a whole lot of things going on, from furloughs, we got layoffs going on, we got strikes going on all over the country. We got a lot of stuff going on around the country. We got racism going on. People are losing their jobs. I can't say the music was fine. Yeah, it was, brother, but they be like, hey, we're going to mute your video out because some of the words belong to somebody else that we respect, that they like. So if they ain't making no money off of it, they don't want me playing it. But yeah, I like that Johnny guitar and all that. I had some little Time Club on earlier, some Parliament and all that stuff going on. But anyway, all this furloughs, layoffs, strikes, racism going on all around the country, family. But we got a lot of things happening and we losing a lot of relationships. I done had about, here we are in 2019, and I done had more than my fair share of people calling me talking about they about to file divorce. You know what I'm saying? They wife tripping, they thinking about a divorce, they thinking about leaving her, they thinking about the grass is greener on the other side because they tired of their husband tripping, but yet they got this brother over here, he's smiling in their face and he looked like he'd be a better choice. It's like when times get a little hard, things at home get real rough. But I just want y'all to know this is all by design. I know I'm a musician. That's right, Ken. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we got to get paid, right? You want to get paid. I would hate to see somebody else making money off of me, not paying me, but take my stuff. That ain't cool. I hate that. You know what I'm saying? And I hate to see other people do it too. So I acknowledge any of the amazing groups that's playing this music that I did. I'm not trying to say it's me singing or rapping and all of that. I'm playing these amazing instruments, making that music to my ears. So I give props to the people and respect to whoever it is I'm playing, because I do not own the rights to it. That's JG right there. We gotta turn that down one more notch. So anyway, what else? What's going on in the world, family? We got a lot of relationship situations going on, and because I do a lot of public speaking, I'm all about the people, family. I want us to be great. I want us to be cool. So I'm gonna try to share what I know. Because you'd be surprised that people come to me asking me some questions that I'd be like, wow, that's a simple answer to that one. But when you going through it and you arguing at home with your wife, with your spouse, your husband, the simplest things are complicated all of a sudden. People having a hard time coming up with a simple solution because it's financial difficulties looming in the air. Many people are getting in relationships for the wrong reasons. This is why many of the generations take out, for better or for worse, out of the marriage vows. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You're right. You got people who will get married just because of and I hate it. Somebody I asked a question to somebody years ago, and it kind of really bothered me when they said that, and I knew it wasn't gonna work after they made that statement. Mr. Andre, how you doing, fam? I asked someone, I said, how does it feel to be in a relationship? Y'all looking real good over there, and got your nice house and stuff, and y'all got nice cars, and y'all throwing events now, and I'm glad to be able to come over. So I asked the person, I said, how does it feel, to be in a relationship now? In my mind, I'm thinking like, now you ain't out here dating. You don't got to deal with go to the club looking for somebody. You ain't got to get on this social media looking for a date. So that's the answer I was kind of looking for, saying I'm happy to have somebody now. I don't have to deal with all of that, dealing with crazy people, all this madness. But the answer came to me was, they told me, quote unquote, I'm glad to be in a relationship. Now I can afford to get all the things I wanted. Now I had in my mind, what they was talking about. I felt a little crazy. I said, I'm gonna ask them a question anyway, because I'm gonna give them a benefit of a doubt. So I said, what do you mean by that? Now you can afford to get everything you want. I wanted to have nice things. I wanted a nice car. I wanted nice clothes. I wanted all of this, but I couldn't do that when I was by myself because all my money went to the bills. So now that they're in a relationship, they can afford to go out and bling bling and start buying stuff and start shopping. And that pissed me off. I couldn't believe they said that. What's up, Soldier? I'm fine. I appreciate that, brother. I'm doing blacknificent over here. You know what I'm saying? How y'all doing? How you doing, brother? How y'all doing? How's everybody doing? Happy New Year's to everybody. First of all, if I ain't said that to y'all, I was a little busy around that time. But yeah, so like brother said, you got a lot of people who do get into the relationships for the wrong reasons, and then it goes foul. But then you got a lot of people who've been married for 10, 15, 25 years and get into and been married, and then all of a sudden finances come up, something happens, somebody get laid off of work, furloughs, strikes, racism, somebody made them lose their job. The boss just decided he didn't want no more black people there. I remember Edison back in the day, Southern California Edison out here in California decided they didn't want no more black employees. Y'all hear what I just said? They started laying off all the black employees from Edison years ago. One of my partners got caught up in that, and I think they sued Edison. But fast forward the story, they still doing stuff like that to this day, even more so than ever before, because the atmosphere is set for that. The guy in office, he opening up the door and they dismantling laws and things like that. You know what? And on another note, Tyson, Sherry, how y'all doing? On another note, Ty, how you doing, fam? Avenue. Who we got? Avenue. What's going on? I said it right. On another note, we got people who they look at dude like it's all Donald Trump. He the one doing all of this. It's Donald Trump. Donald Trump did that. Number 45 did it. It's Donald Trump doing it. Da da da. I don't care about any of them casting office. I don't believe in all that. I believe in I'm a businessman, and I don't hear business owners having problems like that. But anyway, America is, I'm gonna say this, y'all getting mad at dude in the office, but I want y'all to know y'all putting too much energy on him being in there and too much energy on getting him out of there. The reality is the White House is like a train, right? The White House is gonna still be there, and they're gonna always have a new president in there. Just like the trains will always be there, and it's gonna always go in the same directions, right? The tracks go in the same directions, but you're gonna always have a new conductor. That conductor can't do nothing but take us the way the tracks tell him to take us. So when Donald Trump got in the office, they knew what was gonna happen, what he was supposed to do. He came in with a script of this is what he's gonna do. And it's all falling in alignment with what's happening, y'all. That's my professional opinion. So, I see a lot of people spending a lot of energy trying to do things that I think personally is a waste of time. You really going hard. We got to get him out of office. We got to get him out of office. First of all, they voted him in office. And as soon as he get in office, now we going to start wage war. They want to wage war to get him out of office. It's like, you got 4 more years of this. You're going to go for 4 years trying to figure out ways to get him out of office and putting a lot of energy in getting somebody out of office when you can just spend that 4 years. I thought, supposed to push some shade on all that. You can spend that 4 years trying to build businesses in the community, Maryland, how you doing, fam? You can spend that 4 years building businesses in our community. So anyway, a lot of people get into arguments. Some people got into it based on the fact that one of them voted for Trump and the other one voted for somebody else. And now Trump's in office. They mad at him. People arguing about that. You the one voted for him. And, then you got people, and keep in mind, y'all, I ain't into the whole voting thing. I can care less about Trump or whoever else in office. I believe that I'm more like this. The Asian community, you don't see the Asians that trying to put their candidate in office. You know why you don't see Asians worried about who's in office? Because the Asian community got a whole bunch of businesses and they know they protected, so they good. It don't matter who gets in the office, So anyway, Miss Marilyn, how we doing there? Appreciate you. So anyway, all of this stuff affects relationships, and we are losing relationships. It's bad enough with all the homosexuality going on, where there's less men because women don't know if the man is like men or like women, and the brothers don't know if the sister don't like men or don't or really like women or something. You know what I mean? I said hi to some sisters one day. Me and one of my partners was sitting out there in Atlanta having lunch, and we was talking, and I passed my flyer over to a table with some sisters in it. And then one of the sisters got mad, like I was trying to flirt with them. Like, how dare you speak to us? I'm like, and then my homeboy looked at me like, they like that. I'm like, I'm from California. I don't see that all the time. So I didn't know it was like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, wow. But the whole point was we got enough reasons going on than to let a little money hold us back and to land us into divorce courts so that the judges and attorneys can take all the money. So we got to really, we got people who can get along, very well when there's money flowing. As soon as the money starts having problems, now they can't get along no more, and that's a problem. So if you're in a marriage or if you're in a relationship and y'all been together for all these years and you really assess it and you thinking to yourself, when I met her, I was in the Benz. I had my job at the post office. You know what I'm saying? I've always had money and I was always able to take care of her. But now that you having these furloughs or you having these strikes or you getting laid off or police harassment, police did something, now you can't go to work until this clears up. It's a lot of that stuff going on. And all of a sudden it affects your marriage or it affects your relationship because now the money can't go the same way it used to go. Well, to me, that relationship wasn't never going to work in the first place. I personally do not want to be in no relationship with no queen. I can't even call her queen if she's going to be a problem. Queen wouldn't do nothing like that. I would not want to be in a relationship with someone that I wasn't sure that if she can handle us being broke, us having some financial difficulty. So when you want to be in a relationship, family, it's always cool to check things out first and see, let's have some money conversations. Let's talk about some money conversations. I had I'll never forget because I always had businesses and the creator always made it allowed me to do better, do good. I've had a lot of family members and my ex-wife's family members will say stuff. They'll be like, oh, well, y'all doing good. Y'all can afford to help us. Y'all can afford to do this. Y'all can afford to do that. First of all, should nobody be telling you what can you afford other than you and your wife? Nobody on the outside should be affecting your marriage, family. Do not let nobody come in and tell you what you and your husband or you and your wife can afford to do. You know what I'm saying? Of why you should give them some money. That ain't cool. And I don't like when people do that. And I think that's unprofessional. And I think that's tacky. You see what I'm saying? If you speaking into somebody else's marriage, something wrong with you. Now, if they come to you and ask you, hey, I'm having some problems. What do you think? Now let's break that down and assess that real quick, family. First of all, if you single, brother, you don't need to be going to ask your Playboy homeboy, hey, for some marital advice. That's a problem. Yeah, man, it's getting bad. It's gotten that bad walking up on sisters. You're right. I can't be with no one who's only going to be around things are good. Exactly. It's a problem. I never liked that because for me, back in my days when I was building all them lowriders and putting them and selling them to people, shipping them around the world and all of that, it was raining money. So I remember some times real quick. I remember some times, I always dressed a little down, a little bummy. I'm a mechanic, y'all. I'm using these hands to turn wrenches with. You see what I'm saying? So I remember I was never a fresh haircut guy. I was never a fresh clothes, never fresh pair of shoes. That was not me. If you saw me with some fresh pair of shoes on, it was because I had to get dressed up to go somewhere. You know what I'm saying? But that was never really me. I've always been one of those behind the scenes, behind the camera kind of guy. I didn't care to be in the video. So, I would see queens and I would see some bad sisters, and I would be like, "Wow, how you doing?" They just straight look at me, be like, Psh, looking at me like, "Fool, you got on a khaki suit with some oil on your forehead, and your hands look like you've been working on cars." Well, that's probably because I have been working on cars. You know what I mean? So what's going on with that? People judge me because what's wrong with working on cars? You think I'm a shade tree mechanic? You know, I was overlooked a whole lot, family. I was overlooked a whole lot because people thought mechanics didn't make no money. That's why you'll hear me use the word celebrity car builder, not no mechanic, meaning I change oil for a living. So anyway, what is my point for saying all of this? Sisters would look at me and look down on me like, oh, no, I ain't trying to date no mechanic. Y'all probably heard me talking about this on the radio show, but I done lost my thoughts. Somebody said something. Who we got out here? Shay the Barber in the house. What's up, family? That's my Atlanta barber right there, y'all. That brother come make things happen on a dime for me, man. Y'all see, I come, I think I roll up it. I got to give shout out to my brother Shay, Shine the barber over here from ATL. You know what I'm saying? This brother right here, young brother, I jump off the plane late, get to Atlanta, and gonna be on the stage the next morning, and I'm in the hotel at midnight, and they like, man, you ain't got a haircut. And I'm like, oh yeah. Oh yeah, I do need a haircut. They like, TJ, you need a haircut, man. I'm like, it's midnight and I gotta be there at 9 or 8 in the morning. You know what I'm saying? Man, I called my homeboy up. He said, yeah, I got you. He come over to the hotel at midnight, cut my hair up on Facebook Live, y'all. So shout out to my brother. You know what I'm saying? That dude right there ain't no joke. He handles his business. He handles his business. Shout out. Much respect, brother. Appreciate you. But many will date a man with no job and take care of him. It's like an interesting scenario that you would say that. It's very. I think that's more about control, though. I think a woman who take care of a man who ain't really got nothing is really about control. That's one side of the coin, but the other side of the coin is she got a man that he really about his business and he's pursuing his dream and she likes that. He believes in something, and so he's consistent with handle his business to get something right. So a sister who would date somebody like that. Look at me, for example. I came out of the car business, and people was like, that was stupid. You should have stuck with the cars. You was making all that money building those cars. Now you're gonna go out here and pursue some new career, talking about a public speaking. Does that make any money? And I'm like, not at first. So they thought that was dumb. Meaning you don't never quit no job you don't ever get rid of no business at the top of your game and then switch and decide that you want to go be a public speaker or you want to go do something different. And now you ain't making that same kind of money. I didn't have people. I got into it with an ex of mine about that, family. When I decided, so that's another reason, another hardship that we experience. When you decide, Shannon, how you doing, Queen? Master, how you doing, family? You know what I'm saying? When you decide that, hey, I think it's time for me to start a business, that creates hardships in your marriage, in your relationship. I've had people tell me, no, I don't want you to close down that shop. I think that was stupid of you to even think about closing that shop down. And then the next thing you know, it's like we at it. Mr. Wiley, how you doing, fam? Next thing you know, we at it. It's like I can't pursue my dream and start a business while I'm with my wife because my wife don't want to be uncomfortable, meaning she's used to shopping at the fancy stores. She's used to going to all the concerts. Whenever these new artists, her favorite artist comes to town, she wants to be there. She expects to be sitting in the front, laugh out loud. Lots of successful people change the game while on top. Well, what happened? What happened when it's going to affect things? It's like when you don't have a clear blueprint of I'm going to make some money. Dr. Roby, what's going on, family? If you don't have a clear blueprint of saying, baby, okay, here it is, October, and in 5 months, I'll be making another 6 figures a year. I'll be making 7 figures a year. If you can't come with no blueprint and show her that, or even worse, if you come into a relationship and say, you can't go to the concerts for a while, you can't go to I can't trade in your Mercedes and get you that new one at the end of your lease. We're just gonna have to keep that one because I'm gonna start a business. That might create some problems in your relationship. So I think that's sad. I think that's you know, I think that's real sad. If a person has a dream and you don't want them to pursue their dream, hey TJ, I believe in going after my dreams. I think that it's good you doing what you don't love and you're good at it. Thank you, Queen. I appreciate that, Shannon. Hey Dre, what's up, fam? So, I think it's we got to support the people with the dream, because I think if you can't pursue your dream, and if you tell your wife she can't pursue her dream, or if you tell your husband he can't pursue his dream, you can expect for the divorce to be imminent. Jarrell, how you doing, fam? You know what I'm saying? One of my contractor buddies, the Woodmaster right there. If you can't pursue your dreams, family, if you shoot down somebody's dreams, expect that to be a problem in your future. You know what I'm saying? Expect that to be a problem in your future marriage, So, Orville, what's going on, brother? If you can't pursue your dreams, if you with someone and they decide that they want to do something different, they want to start a business, appreciate it, fam. It's gonna be a problem. That's right. How you doing, fam? If you can't pursue your dreams, that's a problem. I've been in a relationship. I remember when I first told my one of my exes back in the days that I was gonna start a lowrider shop, start building cars. And they looked at me like that was the dumbest idea, in the world, and didn't want to be with me. That was a bad situation right there. We weren't married, but we were dating. And next thing you know, they wanted me to keep doing the other stuff that wasn't so smart. I'll just say that wasn't so very smart. You know what I'm saying? Support is the highest motivation. Real talk, brother. You can have money, you can have fancy cars and fancy stuff, and you can have the greatest sex in the world, but if you don't support my dreams, then none of that other stuff mean anything. Y'all hear what I just said? You can have the best body, the best sex, you can have the car and have some money, and the thing about you is amazing and makes a great situation. But if you don't support my dreams, when I decide that I want to take a career change because I'm tired of this, I'm tired of what's going on, I want to do my own thing, and you don't want to support that because it might alter your lifestyle just a little bit. And what are the alterations? What's going to change in your life? You can't go to the concerts no more. Let's talk about it, family. Them concerts be expensive. You know what I'm saying? I've been to some concerts. I fall into that category. I didn't spend a lot of money on a ticket. Me personally, I don't like sitting in the back. I like to sit in the front. I'll be like, well, how much does it cost to sit up there? And they be like, oh, them the $200-$300 seats right there. And that's depending on who the artist is. If it's somebody big, it's gonna really be expensive. So now you do that too. Now, when the summer times come, we talk about a concert every weekend, family. And you trying to hit all of them. And then when you really having a little money and y'all got things right, you jumping on a plane to go to concerts, y'all. I done got on a plane to go to another state because somebody was in concert. Somebody was like, oh no, I want to be at the first one. You see what I'm saying? So that stuff costs. Now you talking about hotels and all of that type of stuff. I remember when they started doing concerts at the casinos, and I'm like, you know what? We gonna just shoot out there to the casino and check out the concert. Camille, how you doing, fam? We're gonna shoot out there to the casino and check out the concert and get a room for one day. If your heart ain't in it, it will make a relationship worse. Follow your dream, but make sure you stack your paper diversity, that portfolio doesn't get, she ain't that one. Real talk. I'll tell you how you doing, fam. So anyway, I'm thinking I'm finna stay at the hotel for one night, and then we're gonna double right back and head back to the house in the morning because the concert was on a Friday. So I would get there and spend the night. Boom, we jetting out in the morning. Casino, like, no, we can't rent you a room. You got to stay the whole weekend. So now I don't want to be in no casino the whole weekend. I just want to spend the night so I won't be driving home at 2 a.m. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, what's going on, fam? So it's like now the hotel at $120 a night want me to stay 2 or 3 days because that's the only way they willing to. It's a ploy to get you out there. The artist that's gonna perform is nothing but bait. Y'all hear what I'm saying? So y'all got to watch stuff like that. So anyway, that stuff start adding up, fam. So sacrifices. You can't support your man's or your woman's dream because you ain't willing to give up your concerts. You're not willing to give up your luxury car. You're not willing to give up, you thinking that, okay, well, we got a nice house already and we've been thinking about buying a new house. Now you come into a lump sum of money and you telling your spouse, your significant other, I think we should use that money to start a business because, look at the furloughs, look at this strike situation. I don't like the way this is happening. And your spouse is like, no, we wanted a house. Let's get the house. With all the free summer concerts in LA, I would just do one big ticket concert a year. Right. Steph, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? I would you got to support your family, support your spouse family. And it don't matter if it don't make no money. Because if you coming in negative and you don't want to do it, I can almost guarantee you it's not going to work. You know what I'm saying? You don't necessarily have to know a lot about what does it take to make this business successful or what is it going to take to make this real estate investment successful. All you have to do is just want it to work. This is your husband, this is your wife, and you want whatever this is that they're trying to do, whether it's a public speaker, whether it's they trying to open up a cupcake restaurant in the mall or over here. You know what I'm saying? And you ain't willing to take a sacrifice for your wife or for your husband, then something wrong with you. If you're not willing to give up them once a year, that $2,500 new Louis Vuitton purse that you always get every year, or you're not willing to give up the fact that you want some 20 folds or 30 folds for your car, brothers, something wrong. Or if you think that you got to trade that car in, that Lexus in every year, so every 2 years, because you can't be driving in nothing with no 10,000 miles on it. Something wrong with you, family. You know what I'm saying? Something's wrong. So we got a lot going on, family, that's driving people to court, divorce court, and it's a real uncomfortable situation. So I felt like let's come on here and let's talk about it. I've seen Ohio players, Morris Day and the Time, Mavis Staples, Vanessa Williams at the free summer concerts. And I like that. You know what I'm saying? I like that when they do stuff like that. I think that's cool. We got to start exercising that word free more often, because we don't get it that often, So when people use that word free concerts, let's go for it. You know what I'm saying? Let's do it. Let's not sit back and got to keep doing the paid ones. The big boy got to come in there like we just the big, Mr. Big and Miss Big. So again, family, it's hard enough in the world right now. And I'm here to tell y'all, you do not want to be single. I'm just real. This is from my opinion, y'all. If you got a business and you thinking about starting a business or you some type of entrepreneur, it ain't the best place in the world to be single, family. You know what I'm saying? You want to be in a relationship. It just ain't the best place in the world to be single at all. You want to be in a relationship and have you a beautiful queen or a good-looking king in your life. I ain't got to be good-looking. They got to just have you a faithful, loyal person in your world. So what's going on? What else is causing divorces in our families, y'all? What else is causing divorces? I'm having situations where I'm dealing with a lot of people that I coach, and they end up getting into fights over this money. A lot of people's houses got money in them, and people want to pull this money out and pay off debt. I got people who wanted to pull that equity out of their house to pay off some student loans. And I was like, that's a big negative. That's a big no-no. I had some people who mother passed away and left them some money, and they wanted to take the $350 and go pay off some college student loans too. And the husband wanted to invest it, and the wife, they got into an argument about it. Hold on. I was dating this guy, at least I thought it was, until the stories got unreal, from TV, DVD, money, clothing, car stolen. I'm in the process of starting a non-profit. He knew that. he was all down on his luck. He didn't have my back. He was all of a sudden down on his luck. He didn't have my back. You know, you got to look at people's situations in life. You know, can they help it? Can they participate in what you're doing? You know, when you come into a vision, people don't want to support that. But you can't spend someone else's money because they got some money too, though. You know, like for example, I had a situation in my life where, I was talking about, yeah, I'm gonna buy this real estate and I'm gonna rent that one out, and then I'm gonna, when I take that money out of that one, I'm gonna go buy a bigger one, and then I'm gonna rent that one out, and then I'm gonna go buy another one, and then I'm gonna be where I want to be at. Well, it sounded good when we was dating. You know what I'm saying? It sounded real good when we was dating. It let her know she wanted to be with me. But then as soon as we got married and now all of a sudden this stuff started manifesting, she decided, oh, I don't want to do that. Well, we married now. Well, I don't want to do that. I like this house right here. What's wrong with this house? This is a nice house. You got this big dream home. This ain't my dream home. This is not the one I wanted. I wanted the bigger house that up there on top of that hill. This was a good investment property. Now all of a sudden I realized I was dating someone who I was married to someone who had little bitty dreams. Y'all hear what I just said? I messed around and married someone who had little dreams. So when I bought a piece of property that was supposed to be some income property, this was her dream home. So all of a sudden, when I was talking about it's time to get the other house, she didn't want to do it. She didn't want to do it because in her mind, she couldn't see herself living in that bigger house. But this was fine for her, even though she'd already agreed to it. So yes, we can get that house. Oh, I love that house. Okay, whatever you want to do, I'm with it. So we got people who will switch up, and that ain't right, y'all. So that's why I don't just jump into people's situations. I always ask them, what happened? What happened? Why did you divorce? Why are y'all about to go into divorce? And you got most people say, oh, you supposed to stay married no matter what. And that ain't no reason to divorce and all that. No, 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 no. If a person has a dream and a vision and they want to do something, and then all of a sudden you agree to it and say that you're gonna support it, then all of a sudden when it start to manifest, and just like somebody told me back in my days, they told me I never thought in a million years you would be able to pull that dream off that you said you wanted to do. I never thought in a million years you would be able to pull that off. So now that you pulled it off, I'm not doing it because I don't want to be a part of that. I only agreed to it because I never thought you would actually be able to accomplish that. Let me finish the story. He started to ask me for money. Okay, so his car got stolen. You about to do some things with your life. Let me read this. Okay, so you was he was you was he was you was in the process. Was he going through all of that before you decided to tell him about your dream? His car got stolen, this got stolen, he was having all these problems. Was he was already going through that? You say yes? Because if he was already going through that, it's like you got on a sinking ship and it was on its way down and you got on it with some dreams and vision. That was a ship you shouldn't have got on, Queen. If you couldn't, you come in there and you saved up a bunch of money and you planning on making this investment to do these amazing things, and then this brother or this person, oh, it came after your dream. What? I don't understand. It came after the dream. Okay, Queen, you had he was okay. So after you got your dream that you're gonna invest, after you got your dream that you're gonna open up your stuff, that's when all the problems started happening, and then he felt that you should give him that money. No, that ain't right. That ain't right. If y'all married, if y'all married, here I am, Mr. Marriage Counselor. Look at me. We gonna all talk about it. It ain't just my opinion because I'm more business minded. I'm gonna do whatever it takes to make the business work. After taking him about the dream, after talking to him about the dream. All of a sudden the problems came up and he needed the dream money. Nah. Meaning, oh, you got some money? Oh, let me get that money. No, no. I'm about business first, y'all. Business is what's gonna pay the bills. Business is what's gonna make y'all successful and wealthy to where you can get anything and everything. So a true business owner will step back and take a loss and let things go until he can afford to buy everything new. No, we didn't get that to that point of marriage. That's good y'all didn't, If you planning on starting a business and you've been saving up your money all these years, if you planning on buying some income property, some real estate, some houses, a commercial building, an apartment building, whatever it is, if you've been saving up to buy that and start that business and retire from your job, and then all of a sudden you meet some guy or some woman in the ninth inning, and then all of a sudden y'all been dating, then all of a sudden you finally decide to disclose to them what you about to do. Yeah, I'm about to buy some investment properties. I'm about to start this business. I'm about to buy this building over there and put me a business in there because I'm tired of getting furloughed, blah, blah, blah. And then they decided to, oh, well, shoot, I didn't know you had 50,000 saved. My car just got stolen yesterday, or blah, 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 whatever it was, excuses. Can you help me with that? Can you? No, 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 that ain't how that works. That ain't how that works. Stick to the business. Stick to the dream, family. Stick to the dream. Now it's gonna be some situations, y'all. It's gonna be now, if it's something serious, if you got some money in your savings account and all of a sudden the police do some crazy stuff and decide that they're gonna mess with black people and just go arrest your dude, and this is your man and y'all living together or something, and something crazy happened, like, wow, if you don't bail him out of jail, he might get some time for something he didn't do. You know what I'm saying? Then no, I think that maybe you need to bail that cat out of jail if this is your man or this is your wife. You know what I'm saying? Because something crazy happened. But if a person ends up talking about their car broke down and they need that 10,000 to get them a new car, no, because they got lifts, they got auctions, they got all kind of stuff like that. So no, put the business together, get the business together, and then turn around and say, well, thank you. I appreciate you supporting my vision, my dream. Now I'm ready to help you get you a new car. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm glad you was here to help my dream. Now my dream is starting to pay off. So I'm ready to get you a new car. That's how that's supposed to go. The business is mandatory. It should always come first because that's what's going to take care of you. That business, when done right, is going to pull down 6 to 7 figures a year, and you're going to be looking back like, wow. Now, I know people who didn't get the business, who did not make the investment. I was talking to some family all the time. I'm talking to people and they telling me about how they told their spouse that's buy this property, that we should buy some of these houses because the property is about to start increasing in value, and the spouse didn't want to do it, and they just fought and talked about why it ain't gonna go up. The spouse was like, it ain't going up, it ain't going up, and then the next thing you know, years later, it did go up, and now the other person is sitting there looking mad, like stupid, like, well, I ain't never thought that. I was lucky that it happened that way. And yeah, you did say that. And I remember you said that, but the only reason why it went up is because Google moved across the street. So you wasn't like you got lucky. That was a lucky guess. But no, you messed up. People doing their homework. You got people like me out here teaching people the game. And if you still don't want to be a part of an investment to make your lives a lot easier, then something's wrong with that relationship. So anyway, what else we got going on over here? Sometimes to making a dream come true, your money might get hard because you got to restructure. It might be time for y'all to restructure. Okay, you got laid off on the furlough, or somebody told me the other day they was a part-time teacher. They was part-time, so they lost their job altogether. They're not coming after the strike. They're not going back after the strike start back up. They said they lost their job, period, because they was part-time or something like that. Don't quote me or how it went down. I was just told that they're not able to go back there no more because of the strike. I was like, wow, I didn't know that. I don't know how it all works, but fast forward the story, fam. It's a lot of things going on, and it all equals up to we got to start investing in business more. People got to start putting their money into some type of investment. You got to invest in some real estate. You got to invest in starting a business. You got to invest in helping someone start a business or something. Crystal, how you doing, fam? I just sold my house and he got his car got stolen. No, we will not get to the point of marriage. You just sold your house and you got some money in your bank, and all of a sudden his car got stolen. You know how you can test a person to see if it really got stolen? You know what I'm saying? First of all, you got to wait till it come back. Then, second of all, okay, well, if your car got stolen, we can go to the auction, and I'm sure you got some money saved. Uh, get you a little $1,000 car until the business gets off the ground. If they insisting that you take that money that you got and go pay cash for them a brand new car, then something wrong with them. Something wrong with them. They don't if they don't understand that the business needs to come first and it's mandatory, then you don't need to be dating that person. That's just my opinion, y'all. Don't quote me as anything being fact or solid, because all of this is just an opinion of mine, y'all. I see too many people going to divorce court. I see too many people making bad decisions based on uh, the wrong information. I got people who will file divorce, and I'll be thinking to myself, I'll be like, before you came to that conclusion, didn't you have some people in your life that you could talk to, and they will tell you that that's a dumb decision? Don't leave your wife. That's a dumb decision. Don't leave your husband. And then if they turn around and they said, yeah, her girlfriends was like, she said that nigga ain't no good, dump him. Forgive me for saying that, y'all, the way I said it. But people say that stuff like that. And they told you to leave him, leave your husband of 10 years because he got laid off his job and he decided to go back to school, or because instead of going and getting another job, he decided he was going to take his little money and start a business. She told you to go ahead and leave him. Then most likely you dating somebody single. Most people will take advice from somebody that are not in a relationship. Y'all hear what I just said? How are you going to take some advice from someone who's single? I want to know, who are you? Who's going to be who's going to be consulting me in my marriage when I'm married? Somebody who's married. I'll never forget, I made the mistake of, there was a pastor at a church I used to attend back in my last lifetime. And that's probably plays a part of why I don't go to church. You know what I'm saying? No offense to anybody, but I went to, and this happened to me a couple times where I done dealt with some bad pastors. I went and asked the pastor to help me with some marriage counseling because me and my wife was arguing over money, my money. Y'all hear what I said? Over my money. You know what I'm saying? And I went to the pastor and asked him to help me with marriage counseling, and the whole marriage went south under with his watch, because he turned around and decided, yeah, you need to leave him all that money he got, and I can help you get most of it. You know what I'm saying? And the next thing you know, I'm ready to fight. I'm mad now. I'm mad. Like, this dude, pastor, fake ass pastor, excuse my language. All of a sudden, my homeboy stopped me and said, TJ, that was your fault. I'm like, how was that my fault? He lied. He told her all this stuff. He told her to take my money and this and that. He said, TJ, how you gonna go to a single pastor who's sleeping with all the women in the church and ask him to give you some marriage counseling? That was to kick yourself in the ass for that. I was like, whoa, whole conversation stopped right there. I had to think about, yes, I did make that mistake. I wasn't thinking about it like that. This man is divorced because he was sleeping with all the people in the church. And now you're going to go ask him to help you with your marriage? I had to be quiet. I had to shut up and take a loss. I had to charge that one to the game, family. But anyway, so we asked the wrong people life-altering questions. So you got to think about that. Check the people who are in your circle, family. Do not ask your single family members or your single friends for marriage advice. You know what I'm saying? You ask a single person, how is it being single? Do you think I'm going to find somebody if I divorce my wife You know what I'm saying? If you divorce your husband, hypothetically speaking, and if they tell you, girl, she been out there for 8 years single, it's hard out here, you better strongly consider that. You know what I'm saying? You better strongly consider that. Brother told me he was dating a woman and turned out to be a guy. All kind of crazy stuff going on in the world, family. So we really got to make these relationships work and fight for what you got. So if somebody got a dream, you better hope and pray and meditate whatever you can and support that. Now let's rewind and go back to it. If somebody comes up with a crazy, dream and say that they want to go, let me see something real quick. If somebody come up with this crazy dream about they want to sell everything that they got and move to Alaska because he wants to, uh, pursue some soy. What do you call them fish? Some it ain't even real fish. It's a fish, but it ain't got no meat in it. It's like they don't know what it is. Tilapia farm. Somebody want to sell the house in L.A. and give up everything they got and move to Alaska and open up a tilapia farm. That might be a little bit far fetched. That might be a little bit far fetched unless y'all can. You got to be able to hit me. And even if it is far fetched or if it's not, show me some data. Show me some data before you shoot somebody's dream down. Show me some data that we gonna make some money if we make this move. Show me some data that the children gonna be okay. Show me some data that the real estate prices out there is good. We're gonna have a good life. The police ain't out there shooting people randomly. They ain't firing all the black people. Show me some data about all of this stuff. You can't just come up with a thing and say we're gonna move out there and open up a medical marijuana facility and we're gonna be millionaires. Okay. Show me some proof of that. Sherry, how you doing, fam? Show me some proof. Show me some numbers that opening up this business is gonna help us to make some money. So before you just jump up and file divorce because somebody's experiencing some hard times, family, we got to really think about what are we doing. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to support his dream because you scared to lose. What if it don't work? Well, you really need to be scared because what if you don't let him do it? Is he gonna leave you? Is she gonna leave you because you didn't let her pursue this investment in buying real estate? You got to think about that kind of stuff, family. I got some people in my life that thought in my past life who thought that they was gonna be good, even though they thought that they could change their mind. I'm like, no, you can't tell me yes and then change your mind and say, no, I didn't want to do it. No, I filed divorce. That's how I get down, y'all. I don't play around. I don't play with my dreams because I know a dream could be an assignment from the universe. The creator could say, this is for you. You're the only one that's got this. I'm going to get this to. So I want you to go do this. You know what I'm saying? And I see that I got the creator gave me that vision to see that he wants me to go. They want me to go speak and teach people about entrepreneurship, and show them how to do certain things. Because when I go into the conscious community and I travel around the country and I speak all these places, it'd be mighty interesting that I'm the only one that can answer these questions, or I'm the only one that has real experience in certain topics that we be dealing with. And the amount of people coming up to me, thanking me with tears in their eyes and crying, and they were so happy that they just met me and I said what I said. I realized that I was here for a reason. So this assignment that the creator gave me, yes, this was given by the creator. So if my spouse, my ex, or somebody was going to deter me from doing that work, then no, that's going to be a problem. Elaine Calhoun, how you doing, family? That ain't a good deal. So you got to support people when they come up with a dream. Some people just decide out of nowhere. They be like, you know what? I'm tired of what's going on with society. I'm gonna run for president. I'm gonna run for office. I'm gonna run for Congress. I'm gonna run for the local neighborhood council person. You know what I mean? And you might think that, oh no, I don't want that because that means I'm gonna have to get dressed. Thank you, Veronique, for listening in. I appreciate y'all. If y'all can share my videos, I appreciate y'all. If y'all on my YouTube page, I appreciate if y'all can go over there and subscribe. You know, that'll be great. Or YouTube, Facebook. More people looking for. Okay, so anyway, I want to get back to my list. Like I said, if y'all starting to have difficulties and it's affecting your marriage, family, it's time to start restructuring. You know, it's too many people having too many problems, and y'all got what I looked at was Donald Trump didn't decide to shut the government down until Christmas. Did y'all notice that? Before Christmas? Why? Because he knew that this is the biggest drain on the economy. It's going to tear up marriages if they decide to have the government shutdown right before Christmas. All of a sudden now, people are going to be living off their savings account. People are going to be living off their credit cards. People are going to be borrowing money from their families. So all of a sudden, you got people making the dumbest decisions in the world saying, I need to tap out the credit cards because we're going to have a good Christmas. I want my children to have a good Christmas. I want to get my wife that diamond ring I promised her. I want to get my children those expensive cars and those brand new iPhones. So I'm going to go ahead and tap out my credit cards and spend the money in the savings, even though I'm laid off or I'm on furlough from work, so that I can make sure that they're happy. Well, they're not going to be happy. That's a temporary false happiness. You know what I'm saying? So they did that for a reason, because they knew that the majority of the people are going to make the bad decision, going to make the wrong decision and spend the money to have the holiday anyway. Instagram, y'all about to check out. Y'all might want to tune right back in. I'm going to reset it, and I'm probably going to go another 10, 15 minutes after that. But if y'all can share the video, I'd be great. Other than that, let me pay a couple bills real quick, y'all. I wrote the book. I talk about this stuff in the book in details. Thomas T.J. Lofton, The Monetizing Gentrification. If you ain't got it, you need to get it. It's on shelves a lot of places, Southern California and in Atlanta. You know, Thomas T.J. Lofton, Monetizing Gentrification. This ain't just about gentrification. This is actually a real estate and business ownership workbook. You can get it on the website, WeBuyBlack.com, or you can go to my website, ThomasTJLofton.com, and get a signed copy. Or you can simply cash at me at # Thomas T.J. Lofton. You'll see this logo here on the back before y'all check out. $31 to your door. But anyway, other than that, family, we got a lot of people starting businesses, y'all. We got a whole lot of people starting businesses. So you got people who are trying to make the decisions of they laid off of work, they on furlough, and the pastors is expecting people to keep paying their tithes. The pastor's like, don't stop paying your tithes. I don't know what your beliefs are, family. All I know is that you cannot tell the Edison and the water company, the landlord, that you had to pay your tithes. So that last of your money, you couldn't pay the light bill. So you decided, because you wanted to pay your tithes, light bill, your ass will be in the dark, messing around with them light bill companies, them gas bills, them water bills, them mortgages. It will be a problem, family. So don't let your pastor set you up for failure. Pay for college. Pause due to, we're going to end that and go ahead and restart that. Give me a second, fam. Instagram timed out real quick. So anyway, we got a lot of people who are thinking, should I pay for college? Hey, y'all got money saved up so you can send your son to college, and y'all been saving for quite a while, and then all of a sudden these furloughs came up, and all these somebody lost their job. Your company, your job just decided at the last minute that they were going to pack their bags and move from California to Tennessee, and they offered you to go, and you decided that nope, you ain't trying to go. because you don't like Tennessee and none of your family members live out there. So all of a sudden, now you need to have some savings. That means you're gonna have to live off your savings for a while because you decided you cannot afford to move away from your 89-year-old mother and your daddy, your 92-year-old daddy, who heavily depended on you, and they ain't trying to go to Tennessee with you. You know what I'm saying? They like you need to not you need to let that job go and stay here with us. So now you got that college money sitting up in the savings account. Your son or daughter is 2 years away from going to college, and you got like $200,000 saved. Should you put your child in college, or should you take that money and invest it in something that's going to guarantee you to make money? Invest that money in something that's going to guarantee you to make money. Don't live off that money. Take that money and invest that money back. Then you got people who like to smoke weed, recreational. Who like to drink alcohol, just always want some alcohol. And then you start adding that stuff up. Keep your receipts and add that stuff up, and you'll see that this ain't cool. This is not cool. And all of that's gonna come out during the layoff, family. All of that's gonna come out during the furloughs. All of that's gonna come out during the strike. Any habits that somebody got is gonna come out. So you're gonna have to start. We're gonna have to start giving these habits up, family. I don't smoke, I don't drink, I don't do any of that, but I got some habits too, I'm sure, of doing things that I probably need to cut back. I like electronics and things like that. Maybe I need to not buy something. You know what I mean? But fast forward the story, family. We got to make some cutbacks because times is getting real interesting if you're not making any investments. So time to start building. A lot of people who put it like this, real estate is becoming that's the best investment, family. So it's time for us to turn around and start making more investments in this real estate. You got so many people who are homeless, so many people who are looking for a place to live that's affordable, who got jobs making $60,000 to $80,000 a year, but they can't afford to rent nothing because their credit is messed up or whatever it is. But then you got some of us who got a whole bunch of equity and the house is too big anyway, or the house is too small and needs something else anyway. So what can they do? Take that money and go buy you a building or go build you a building. Go build you a unit and move upstairs into the top unit. Build yourself a custom unit where you got a nice size house just for you and your wife, your children, whatever. And you got your investment property and you live in there and you can manage it because that's going to bring you some money, some real good money. It's going to be better than your job. So anyway, family, I'm going to get ready to wind up and get up out of here. I just wanted to talk about some of the weird things that messes people's marriages up. And money is the biggest problem in a lot of marriages, y'all. We can live together when we got money, but we can't, we're going to rip each other's head off when they ain't got no money. Not we, but people will rip people's heads off and tear them apart when the money gets funny. And that ain't cool. People will start having arguments because they know that some real estate agent knocked on the door and told them that they willing to buy the house. And you only paid $100,000 for it and it's worth $590. You can sell it and move to Georgia. I was in a meeting the other day and white lady came up and straight as day said, y'all know the depression is coming, so y'all might want to consider selling your house. I looked at that lady. I couldn't believe I could believe she said that. Mustafa, what's going on, fam? I could believe she said that. So we will have people who will come to our communities and say dumbass statements, and people in the room think that if a white person said it, it's right. Y'all hear that? If it's white, it's right. Brandy, how you doing, fam? And that's the problem, y'all. I'm like, so I asked the lady, I said, how is it possible that the economy is going to crash here in LA when we got about 40-50 billion dollar corporations that moved in 10-mile radius, and Tesla, SpaceX, and somebody said, oh, Tesla is laying off some people. I mean, SpaceX is laying off some people. And I'm like, and y'all got to learn how to pay attention. I'm like, real estate done spiked. You're not going to bring all these corporations in this area and real estate not go up. I don't care how many people they lay off. They may be laying off 6,000 people that they don't need no more because they bought some robots. that ain't finna push the prices of the real estate down because Tesla ain't going nowhere. Tesla's gonna be there, and you're gonna always have people wanting to be around the SpaceX's and these Mercedes Benzes and these corporations and these Toyota corporations, because wherever there's jobs, there's gonna be people. You got to think about it. When new technology comes out, all of a sudden, all those people who was there, who've been in school and learned that old technology, you're gonna let them go, and you need new people that can train, that can do the new technology, right? Y'all seen it in the movie. You seen it in the movie, Hidden Figures. When they came in with this thing called the IBM, they was getting ready to let go all the human computers, right? Starting with the black department, right? So the sister turned around and went to the library and stole the book. Oh, how you work this thing called IBM computer back in the days. Y'all hear what I just said? That is the perfect example to this Tesla laying or SpaceX laying off 6,000 employees. They was getting ready to lay off all them sisters and told them we ain't gonna need y'all after that computer get up and running. So all of a sudden, sister stole the book, came back, and didn't just teach herself. She taught her whole crew. She taught all the women computers how to work that new thing called an IBM. And the next thing you know, when they turned around and got ready to get rid of them, they was the ones that went in there and knew how to run the IBM thing before they even got started off the ground. In fact, they was the ones who went there and hooked it up for them. So they had to hire, when they came back and said they wanted to hire one of them to come in there and help out with it, they said, nope, we can't, I can't help you. If all of us can't come and run that IBM, none of us can't come. And then she turned around and she said, okay, y'all can come. The black one, all the black women got hired. But guess what? They were going to lay the white women off too because they didn't know. But guess what they tried to do? They told the sister, can you come over here and train the white women? They was like, no. Like, no. Y'all got to think about it. The movie told y'all what's going on. The movie told y'all what's going on. I love that movie, Hidden Figures. Y'all got to check that out. It told y'all exactly how the game going. And here we are in 2019, and that shit was probably in 1949 sometime or something crazy like that. And all of a sudden, it shows you what was going on back then that still affects us to this day, and what happened that we can still use to this day. Now, the drive that they had back then, I don't see people fighting for each other like they did in that movie, how they did back in those days. But guess what? Times is changing, and we starting to do that now. I seen something where all the Hispanics walked off the job because they thought they was going to fire one person. Not gonna happen. They did not let it happen, y'all. So anyway, y'all, times is changing, and we can change with it, family. Don't let this money mess up your relationship, because trust me, it ain't easy out here as a single person. It is not easy out here, period. So don't let no marriage problems, no little money problems start messing with your marriage. If your spouse comes up or your boyfriend comes up with a good idea for an investment, or investing in some real estate or starting a business, and they've done their research, they've done their homework, they sat down with me as a coach, as a trainer, took my classes, and stay with me on the consultations, regularly talking to me about business, ain't no reason in the world why you shouldn't support them. Period, family. There's too much knowledge out here. There's too much money being made for you not to support an entrepreneurship situation or a real estate investment situation, because these are the things that create multi-millionaires and billionaires, period. Jobs don't do that. So if your husband or spouse decided they want to put the money up to go to not put the children in college, but want to take that money and then buy a bunch of real estate and train the children on how to deal with this real estate, and you get mad and want to file divorce because you went to college and you want them to go to the same college you went to, and it's a family tradition, something wrong with you. Something was wrong with you, because guess what? Things are changing, and some things are ending, and times are moving in a different direction, y'all. Just like we have electricity, we got lights in there on our houses, electricity running. Now we about to have solar. We are no longer going to have electricity. We're going to have solar, y'all. So that's in with the new, out with the old. Just throwing that out there, family. Now I'm going to pay some bills. The book on investment. So when your husband and wife say, I've been reading this book, I've been researching what TJ's talked about, all these things he's talked about. I didn't Googled all of them. I didn't went and looked it up, and I didn't looked into the business. I didn't looked into the real estate. He's absolutely right. There's a lot of money in that, and I've seen in my own eyes. He's right. So yes, honey, we should take his classes and start a business, or we should make some investments, or we should build something like he said. Maybe we shouldn't buy a house, honey. I think we should go ahead and start building one like he said. Maybe we should, instead of us buying a house, maybe we should buy a mixed use property and live upstairs and run a potential future business downstairs. So yes, and you don't want to support that, something wrong with you. But if you do, here it is in the book. I talk about these things, what people are doing around the world, around America, and how they making money off of it, and what does an investment look like to make things look a lot easier. So anyway, family, this is me, ThomasTJLofton.com. You can go to my website and order this book, $31 to your door, signed copy. Or if you in LA, let me lay it down to y'all. I got the bookstores out here. I love recycling my black dollars. If you in Los Angeles, California, you can go get this book off the shelf at Simply Wholesome for $25 plus tax. You don't have to pay the shipping costs. If you in Long Beach, California, you can walk into Shades of Africa and pick up this book. If you are in Los Angeles, California, and you're in the Crenshaw district and you want to go to the mall, you can go in the Malik bookstores in the Baldwin Hills Crenshaw bookstore and pick up this book for $25 from Malik. Tell them TJ sent you. You know what I'm saying? Or if you are in Carson, you can swing by Juicy Juice and bookstore and pick up this book. All of the books on the shelves in the stores should be $25 plus tax. And, and pick this book up, family. If you in Atlanta, Georgia, and you can stop at Axum Cultures and pick up the book. If you that's next door to Simply Wholesome. If you down the street, if you in Atlanta and you at the Shrine of the Black Madonna, you can stop by and pick up this book. Or if you in Stonecrest, Georgia, that's really called Lithonia. But if you in Stonecrest, Georgia, you can go to the Stonecrest Mall and pick up this book from the Book Boutique. And there's more bookstores coming, family, because I'm looking for them. I'm working on getting out there a little more to create relationships with my family so I can recycle my black dollars and give my family the opportunity to make some money off of this. You know what I mean? When black people make black products, black people should sell the black products. If I try to go put back in the days, they didn't want black products in stores. Now all of a sudden that blacks is spending 1.4 trillion. Now the white people are saying, "Oh yeah, bring your stuff over here. Bring your books over here. Bring your shea butter products over here. I'll sell it for you." No, because I know how y'all get. They monopolize the game and they start running small people out of business. But guess what? The rise of the black bookstores is coming. I speak at black bookstores. I support black bookstores. I spend all my money and time at places who sell black products. And they don't have to sell my book for me to support them. Like, for example, years before I ever got my book in Simply Wholesome, I saw they had other people black books on the shelves, and they made me a little easier because now I can do two things at once. I would go in there and get my food and stand there and read black books and say, let me get this one, and this one. You know what I'm saying? I never saw these before. I wasn't the kind of guy to go into bookstores. But since I'm at Simply Wholesome and seen them in there, oh, well, let me get this book. That's an interesting looking book. I would like to have that. I didn't know he wrote a book. I didn't know she wrote a book. Let me get that. Or I've been looking for that book. Now I'm glad I've been meaning to get that book. So anyway, I like it. We got to sell each other's products, family. We got to create products so that we can help the black businesses make money, family. We got to create the products. Y'all see this? Look at this. Matter of fact, I'm sitting there signing books now. We have to create the products. We have to create the products so that the black businesses will have things to sell. So my books sell pretty good because gentrification is a household word and people are talking about it and they're looking for more information. And that's why my book is a really good seller. So fast forward the story. If y'all, Black History Month is coming up. It's upon us, family. So if y'all like to have me come out to your city, your state, or your country and speak on Black history, tell you about the black auto industry billionaires and millionaires, You know, all the guys I personally know that made money in the auto industry. In fact, I just shared an article on my page today about some guys in the auto industry became a billionaire or something like that. You know, check it out on my page. I put some interesting stuff on there. What up, my car buddy? That's Big Tone. That's my big bro right there. You know, check that out, family. Uh, if you like to bring me out to come speak on gentrification, my book, or do a book signing, reach out to me, area code 310-619-3954. Same number if you want to buy a book or something after I get off the phone, off of this live. Or if you like to, again, if you like to bring me out somewhere to speak, not a problem. Just reach out to me or inbox me or go into my website at thomastjlofton.com and register, you know, let me know about your event and, you know, when is it and when would you like me to come out, and let's talk numbers and make it happen. Tone, you get your book, fam? Everybody, Brandy, everybody get your book. Mustafa, everybody get their book. Freddie, you get your book. You know what I'm saying? If you don't need it, somebody in your family need it. The gift of information is a gift that keep on giving, family. So don't miss out on this one. It took me a long time to put this together, y'all, but it's a lot of great information in there. In fact, this stack right here, this right here, I'm about to send these to a book club where some people read and they sit down in one of those think tank groups or something. And I never knew there was so many of those groups where people sit down and read a book and discuss it, what they've read of things that's going to better help the Black community. You know, I didn't realize there was so many of those all around the country. So I get people calling me saying, "Hey, can we get 30 books? Can we get 15 books for our think tank, for our group, or book group?" I love it. These be Black people calling me, and I'm like, "Yeah, can we get 10? Can we get 12? Can we get 30? Can we get 50?" I'll be like, "Wow, what is this for?" It's for our book group, our book club. I'll be like, "You got a book club?" Yeah, we read books on Black situations, and that's how we pull up all our solutions. I'll be like, I love book clubs. We need more book clubs, family. You know what I'm saying? Apparently, I'm a hit. I'm a #1 seller in the book club union of people who are fixing the Black community of things we got to do. Because why? This book says building Black ownership. It don't just say real estate. It don't just say businesses. It says Black ownership, family. Everything that got to do with us owning stuff, that's what I talk about. So anyway, y'all, peace and love. And man, work it out. Don't be arguing with your spouse, your ex, your spouse or your girlfriend, your boyfriend, or whatever it is, your husband, over this money, y'all. It's just time to make some cutbacks. So sometimes we need an extra opinion, y'all, and you can't trust your husband or your wife, or you just ain't hearing what your husband or your wife or your girlfriend or your boyfriend is saying to you. Yes, family, it's time to make some cutbacks. They ain't lying. They serious about it. They ain't trying to cheat you out of something you think you should get. It's time to make some cutbacks, family. And if you want to learn a lot more about some cutbacks, y'all need to reach out to me and have a consultation. Other than that, send me your email and I'll add y'all to my email list. Or if you can go to Facebook and click like, follow, and share. If you can go to my YouTube page, click like, follow, subscribe, matter of fact, or my LinkedIn page. Y'all send me some friend requests so, you know, we can communicate in all forms, because, you know, you never know what happened when one of them drop off. All right, fam, y'all have a great one. I appreciate y'all hanging in there with me. Peace.